Welcome everybody. My name is Dennett Adams. As a few of you come in, you will see in the chat I've left a number. That is my work WhatsApp. It's it's not something I use regularly. So I'm better on email or in the message function in Blackboard. I just found that most students prefer to have me on a WhatsApp group, and so that's a working number. So yeah, it's there. I'll make a little WhatsApp group if you guys want. Yeah, it's just there, so you can bother me at any time. I promise you I won't be bothered 12 o'clock at night, but that is my email as well. So seen it on either through the Blackboard function. So welcome, thank you for coming. Apologies just for the greater group. So Blackboard is our learner management system at CPUT for those who don't, or for who it's the first time at CPUT, and they decided to update the classroom/lecturing function with this updated MS Teams class thing. So if I'm slow at doing something, or if I struggle to find something, yeah, we're learning together. Let me just check. Am I audible, or am I just speaking to myself in a room, two blocks on the screen? And now I'm going to pick on people that have messaged me. Kelly Lee, yes, can you hear me? Thank you, Miss Aya Bulele. Thank you, Junaid. We'll get to every little stories in a second. All right, so as you obviously all know, it is a online forum. So please mute your mics if you are not wanting to speak to us. You don't have to show your screen. I just thought for the purpose of meeting you guys, then you can see my face. Some of the names I do know, like Junaid, and I don't know if is Karabo in the class. We met Miss Matlocha. We met in. I said I had I will see her. There she is. All right. Hello, Karabo. Welcome again. Nice to see you. And then, okay. I like to be very interactive, so I'm going to start my lecture with a few little questions or quizzes. Okay, there is, okay, it should be here. Quick polls. Okay, now let's test me and see how good I am. I'm going to mute myself for a second. Okay, so, right, I have put a little poll up. Please answer it. It's basically just for me to get to know you. Now, I do know a little bit about you guys from some of you who've answered the questionnaire that I've sent out. So it'll be also nice if you guys can see which sectors or industries each other work in. So are you able to see the poll that you're voting in now? Are you able to see the other people's answers? If there's an other, you got to put your hand up, and then you got to, or you can write it in the chat. That'll also be a fun thing to do. Oh, where's the poll gone now? Did the poll go away? Okay, there's still 18 who I'm waiting for a response from. Yeah, answering the poll survey now. Okay, so mainly manufacturing, 1 person from services and consulting, 1 from medical field, very interesting, and also 1 from the mining sector, if you want to call it that, or the mining field. Fisheries, yeah, forestry, fisheries, I think that's what it is. And public works, is that right? Anyways, you can correct me, but yes, thank you for that. Okay. So, was everyone able to see the poll as well? Because otherwise, it's no fun if I can just see the poll. Stanley, it's just because I'm here. Could you see the poll? All right, let's go for someone who I know. Here. Okay, Carly Rose. Could you see the poll? And is it Mr. Chagwe? I think so. Were you able to see the poll or not? Silence. Am I muted? Only your own answer. Okay, that's interesting and no fun. Maybe we'll try and share it differently, or I will. Anyways, that's part of the learning. Okay, so how about this one? Is this your guys' first class for this postgraduate? That's an easy one. You can just put your thumb up if it is your first class, or type in the chat. Junaid has raised his hand. Yes, Junaid. Mr. Samai, is it your first class? So I am breaking new ground. I've got another. Yeah, okay. Let me go. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I like the participation. Okay. Now we're going to do another quick. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me? Because I think I cut out. Okay, you guys can put your hands down or your thumbs down. Okay, there's another poll going up. The question is it your first time studying at CPUT? So basically, are you a first time entering CPUT individual? So you didn't do any undergraduate or advanced diploma at CPUT. Okay, so overwhelmingly, it's not anyone's first time. And so there is a few people though. So right now I have 38 answers to no, it's not their first time studying at CPUT. One person at saying yes, it is. And then there are 6 that are non-responsive divers. Okay, so to that person, welcome. I hope you have only good experiences, but unfortunately, life is like, how do I say it? Like is like a railroad, like a rail track. There's always the good with the bad. And so for those coming back or continuing to study, Lockpole. I've figured it out. So there you go. So I know now how to show you the results. I gotta lock it and then I gotta show it. Right, so now you should all be able to see the responses. Cool, thank you guys for participating. I'm gonna end it there. Okay, it is your first, let's call it official class. I like to get things started quickly, so that means we will have more time at the end to kind of just take it a bit easier. So for those of you who don't know me, my name, as I said earlier, is Mr. Dennett Adams. I'm going to share my little slideshow about that I had prepared. It is also in the files. Let me just see here. Okay, now of course sharing becomes okay, so can you see my screen? And now you're going to have to talk to me because I don't have my second screen. Junaid, I'm going to pick on you because I know you. Oh.
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. So this is who I am. These are obviously components, not all of who I am, but here you are. So I studied industrial engineering at CPUT as well. So I am what they call a son or product of the institution. I finished my national diploma. It was back then in 2011. Okay, but it was before the advanced diploma. Then I did my MTech in industrial engineering at TUT up in Pretoria. That took me about 3.5, 4 years. Obviously, there was a gap of studying there. I worked in industry for about 5 years before I decided to kind of pursue a more academic career. With at 5 years of fast-moving consumer goods industry, so more production environments, I did do some consulting part-time, and then I've been lecturing since 2016. So fun story is I lectured Junaid Samai, so one of when he did his in-service training in 2017, I think it was, Junaid, something like that.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, surprised you still remember me,
Yeah. So, of course, and I'll say it to all of the new people here. I'm very good with names. Karabo can testify to that. We met once, and now I know her name and her surname. Kunisile is also one of my students. She's more recent, so it's nice to see that the students from the undergrad, and Kamisa is also here, Miss Kula. Shout out to all the IEs. So that's technically what I studied in industrial engineering, and so it's you're in that department, but this qualification is not only for industrial engineers, as most of you know. You come from different backgrounds, whether it be chemical engineering, mechanical, mechatronics, civil and geomatics, even there are some science background, sciencey background people who are here. And it's basically aimed at you who are middle to kind of like senior managers trying to progress up in the, whether it be corporate ladder or just getting some business skills and some newer management principles. So some of you will have a strong background in the topics that we talk about, like quality. Students will also have strong background in risk management, etc. But others might have a stronger inclination in the chemical engineering space, so chemistry and manufacturing process, etc. So see the people around you as a network of individuals to tap into and use. So yeah, right now I teach and mentor future leaders in my field, as some of you are. And yeah, that's for me the best part, is to learn, to see people grow and enjoy those learning moments together with them. So if you're wondering what an industrial engineer is, we're basically concerned about how things work and how to make them better. So we're always looking for that extra little 1% improvement. So before James Clear thought about the 1%, we were thinking about the 1% improvements. And then, of course, I'm fascinated with physical design aspects. So that's like designing spaces, but also behavioral psychology of the mind and how people think, do, and learn, etc. So this is an image, and it's in the background. My mind works best in images and storytelling, and I shamelessly used ChatGPT to generate an image. I asked it, okay, give me an image for me about what the subject is, and it captured some of the components really nicely. I mean, obviously, you can see here, this is a engine specific aspect to it. And so we in the subject in the coming months are going to look at business aspects, some finance aspects, some risk, some supply chain things. And within there is going to be some case studies, some innovations, some social responsibility type things. And then, strategies, contract laws, there's some analyses around. And if you're in the engineering space, you can think about it as in a commercial entity, the business, and how it relates to other commercial entities. So generally, some of the case studies are around big projects and big contracts to build certain things, like wind turbines, bridges, stadiums, railway lines, piping, whether it be water or sewage, etc. So that's the more engineering side of things. But if you look at it in terms of a global footprint, more generic, you can even go so far as to think of things like commerce. So there's a heavy commerce aspect, logistics and supply chain. How does this contract law in this country deal with a different contract, those two labor laws or those two international trade laws, because one country doesn't go in the next. So if you're wondering what the subject is about, this is kind of what you can expect. But also, if you want to tell somebody and someone asks you, oh, what are your subjects? And then they ask you, what does commercial management mean? What is it? What are you going to be looking at, talking about? It is a vague topic when the name comes out. Yes, is there a question? So I'm going to ask you to just mute. Yeah, thank you so much. Mute your mic unless you have a question. Miss Pindiwe Precious, your mic is unmuted. Thank you so much. Are you able to see my screen or did it go away? I think it went away, so let me... Okay, can you see my screen? Someone can just type in the chat box. No, can't see my screen. Okay. This one. Yes, okay, now you should. So we left off here in the more general sense of the terms commercial management. So yeah, we can look at business, finance, risk, supply chain. We'll be looking at some case studies, local and international, because some of you will be working or do work with international companies, and so you need to be armed with some knowledge there, some innovation, some social responsibility type things. Okay, and then I'm going to insert a little plug here. This is the commercial management framework. It is a part of chapter 1, so I'm not going to dive too much into it. But as you can see, there's a little framework for you to think about in terms of demand and supply side of things. And this framework looks at everything from strategy formulation to implementation to getting requirement specifications to solution selection, whether it, like asset and procurement type of things, then you award or the contract, then there's the asset receipt or service side of things like the management thereof, and then there's the disposal or the termination things that you need to think about. So very much linked to kind of a maintenance or systems approach, but there's the intention of having sending out a contract, then there's the deal creation phase, which is now I'm at the bottom, and then there's the execution phase for if you think about a big contract or a big commercial project, whether that be a takeover or something along those lines. So another picture just to capture a snapshot. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, just to place yourself. And then if you want to think about the principal academic disciplines of commercial management, these are the theories at the top. There's processes, knowledge, and principles. So you can think about organizational behavior. There's some law and ethics that we'll cover, some marketing, some finance and accounting, which some of you have touched on or not. There's strategy generation and creation, managerial economics, and then business information systems. So that in a nutshell captures what we will do for the entire year. Now, I know a lot of you have questions around specifics. Let's talk about that. And for that, I'm going to take you to one of the documents within the Blackboard or the Learner Management System. Most of you should be familiar with it because a lot of you have been here before. So for the students who need a refresher, I will be able to send you some links to a little video of how to just manage to log into things and where things are. Like it's a basic how-to. But a good place to start is the website, and then like first year experience. Go there to that link, and then that should be again a good starting place. So I'm going Okay, apologies for that. Where did I leave? Okay, I was going to show you or share with you my screen on the Blackboard. Okay, can you see my screen? You can just type in type in the chat box. Yes, thank you, Nezzy and Carly Rose. Okay, so you would be able to find all of the content related to the course and the lectures over here. You can see week number 1, and then also introduction to commercial management. I haven't yet made chapter 2. Sorry, I haven't made chapter 4 and further available, but for those of you who want to pre-read, you're more than welcome to. There they are for your pleasure. So in the program guide, in the subject and program guide, you will firstly see the lecture timetable for you guys. That is there for you to see and to just get acquainted with, so you can also know who your lecturers are. The subject guide, and then this is another important one, the approved dates for 2026. So basically it's our academic year. Some of you are, okay, let's get to it when we get into the subject guide. So there's the subject guide. If you click into it, you can view it in situ, or as you see it on the screen, or you can also click this button to download. And so it's a work in progress. I'm not quite happy with the yellow parts. I must just refine it. And the important bit I want to take you to is the assessments and the times thereof, because I think that's what you guys are interested in the most. I see there's a mistake already. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you the original, or not the original document, but the document as a Word file so that I can fix that mistake now while we go. And then it'll be called revision 2 for all the quality people, don't worry. We are strict adherers to document protocols. Actually, that hasn't been cited, so it's still revision 1. I need to come back in here, stop sharing. Oh, Yes, I can just like to do that. Okay, so is that big enough? Can you see it, or must I make it bigger for you guys? I can't see your chats. Okay, I'll make it bigger now. So I need to stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay, I'm going to share my entire screen now, so please tell me if that is better. A little bigger. More? Junaid? Is this... Okay, I'll just wait if this is big enough. Get to the part. Okay, we can see. Okay, I'm not going to do the spiel where I read this entire document to you, like first years, because I trust that you all are mature enough students that I don't need to do that. But there are some important rules in here that you need to go look at. One of which is something called a subminima. Please close. Thank you. I will close the chat box. There we go. So now you're going to have to verbally tell me because I can't see. Okay. One of which is that subminima. So this is a requirement that we inserted because we found that with the 50% weighting of a subject or of an assessment within a subject, the students were walking away without having the required knowledge. And that's bad because we expect you to not just get 30% in the final integrated assessment, and then you pass by 51%, but you don't really know the most of the work. Okay, so T1 is the first assessment. That is, as you can see there, a formative test, meaning it is a sit-down, face-to-face test, and it will be sit-down, face-to-face test. Any date from the 26th of March to the 5th of April is designated for that. Now, I know some of you are out of the province. You are required to attend this sit-down face-to-face midterm test because this qualification is not a online only and remote learning course. It is and the institution is also not a remote learning institution. We are a face-to-face or hybrid institution. So one out of every 4 lectures, so basically once a month, I will be on campus and I'll give you lots of warnings. So if you are around and you want to come to class and sit down and allocate time without distraction, I will be on campus, and but I will also make those. We call it hybrid. So I will have my little tablet there, and I'll record or I'll log in, and it will like record like I'm doing now, and I'll have a little mic, and the chat will be on my laptop. So I do it like that is because I prefer to see people and lecture a class. I hated COVID as a lecturer. It was the worst time, and I wanted to quit because I didn't get into the teaching profession to teach blocks on a screen. So that's just me. Anyways, moving along. Assessment 2 is the integrated project, which is the due date there is the 13th of April, but I will see how the semester goes. I just have to put something on the board, as in like the FISA, which is a weighting of 50%. That is any date from the 21st of May to the 7th of June assessment, and for the postgrads you have are fees, meaning down test pay, and one is a project which is over the year. Am I correct in saying that? And are you registered for 4 subjects? Or Junaid, you can also go, or Karabo, or Tamisa, or yeah, just let me.
Can I repeat that, Mr. Adams?
Must I repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Which subject are you registered for on the postgrad?
For the semester?
Well, yes.
It will be commercial, strategic, and introduction to quality for the semester only.
And then you are registered for EPT, is that right?
No.
Why not? Let me just check.
EPT was a
not running
first year subject for us. In first
year. Did you register last year?
Correct.
So this is your second year of the commercial of the postgrad.
Yes.
Okay. So you actually climbed on not in first year. You climbed on in second year, but it doesn't matter. You can start whenever. You can see my file breakdown, but I'm just opening a document here. So is this your 2026 registration? Except for EPT now, which you said you've passed already, I'm assuming.
Yes. So just a 3 for semester 1 for the first year.
3 for semester 1. And then semester 2 is only 2, digital industry and data analytics.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the other fun and interesting. Some of you have started this year for the first time. And so you are first year, quote unquote, in the postgrad engineering management. And you will have 4 subjects for the first semester and 3 subjects for the next semester. But it's more like 3 and 2 and 1 is across the year, which is engineering project. For those like Junaid who have completed, or last year they registered and then you completed engineering project and passed, you're done with that and you write it off. So if you failed it, you have another opportunity to graduate still within minimum time. So I'm sure that's something nice. It doesn't hold you back from graduating. I think I'm going to stop there for now and open the floor to questions, if there are any. Yeah, you can type them in the chat and I'll answer them. You can unmute or put up your hand and then I'll give you the opportunity to speak. If you have any questions. Yes, Fernando.
Good evening, everybody. Mr. Adams, I just wanted to confirm something. So this is intended to be a year-long course. Is that correct?
Commercial management?
No, the PG tip in engineering management.
Yeah, it's actually a 2-year qualification part-time.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, that was how we designed it, to have people in industry be able to take the course across 2 years and then graduate if they pass all the modules in 2 years.
Okay, so at the moment there's the 4 subjects as you mentioned, with the engineering project running over the full year, and then
Yes.
the other 2 subjects. So which subjects in the first semester are compulsory?
All of them.
Okay, let me rephrase.
It's not, but also, yeah, but you don't have to pick. If you, let's say, for example, you know that you can't handle 4 subjects, and you're also planning to take 3 years. Like, we're not going to. There's no minimum registration amount of credits. You know what I mean? I don't think, or I don't know.
Let me rephrase my question. Is
Yeah.
any of the subjects a prerequisite for the next semester?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. There was another question by Mr. Banda. Let me start with Neziwa Nohashe. Is it going to be a group or individual project? I have not decided yet, because 2 years ago when we ran this course, it was a group assignment, with the thinking being you're all either managers or aim to be managers in the future, and so you should be able to work remotely or not remotely with different people within the same field and externally, in whether it be different departments. So, chemical engineers, quality engineers, mechanical engineers, marine engineers, mining engineers can all work towards, and you do work with other departments to get a goal. However, there were some really negative outcomes from a learning perspective with 2 of the groups, and so I'm hesitant to reproduce that scenario again. But group work is a component of developing GAs. Yeah, or the developing characteristics of what an engineering manager is. So I will get back to you. Then there's another question about, is this platform going to be used going forward, or Blackboard? This is Blackboard's new platform. So this is the new Blackboard Collaborate. I tried to get into my Collaborate, and it wouldn't. This is it. I don't know. They did an update, and so this is the platform now. I don't know, because I literally found out when I got home and started to set up that yeah, that I had to change, or that this class doesn't exist or something like that. So yes, this is Blackboard, and we will be using it going forward. Can we have the class start at 6:30? The problem with that is it's already later by half an hour, because of the fact that I do know some people work and need to travel home. And so I've kind of made it delayed on purpose. But I do realize that some of you are still commuting at 6 o'clock. However, it's, I don't want to end at 9:30 every Thursday. It's by that time some of you would have had a lecture Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. I don't aim to end anything after 8:30, just because it's quite dense. I'll go through it obviously quite intensely, but I don't think that it's good to learn after 2 hours of lecturing. That's just my, again, personal opinion. But all the lectures will be recorded, so you can, after the class, go back and catch up on what you have done if you are a night owl and like to work at 10 o'clock at night. Okay, then I'm going to go to the next question. Will the midterm test cover chapters 1 to 6? No, it will covers chapter 1 to 4, I believe. And then chapters 5 through to 8 or 5 through to 7. Let me check the subject guide quickly. Subject guide. Stand by. Introduction, understanding business models and commercial leadership is chapter 2. Strategy is chapter 3. Managing risk and uncertainty is chapter 4. Yeah, financial management and decisions will legal issues in contracting will start it before the midterm, but it won't be in the test. Then there's best practices, best practice management, and commercial strategies is chapter 8. Strategies and tactics. So the project will be due around about week 12, week 13, as we finish in chapter 7. And it will include the topics that we have already covered, mainly in the first part. That's also, I'll kind of like get through the content fairly quickly so that you're armed with the skills for applying what you need to in the project. Let me come back to the screen. Or where to, will the lecture sessions be loaded onto Blackboard? I will take this as a test, and yes, it will be loaded and saved somewhere. I just don't know where right now because I've never used this new class. Let's call it Blackboard Collaborate for a better word. So I will get the recordings and either show you where to go in a little video, little Miss Banda, thank you. Once I figure that out, and it's good because I'm a good guinea pig, and then I can tell you other lecturers like, hey, just be aware that this platform has changed and you need to kind of be, prepared for that. Okay. The textbook via Blackboard. So the textbook is in the, I don't have the textbook, like the actual textbook on a soft copy. Is that the right word? I thought I gave you the link to Google Scholar, and the book is on Google Scholar for like public use. I do recommend that you buy the textbook because I'm not going to share something I don't have permission to do. That's called theft, also known as plagiarism or copyright infringements. I think that's the correct word. We can't work around the fact that that man who wrote this textbook spent lots of time and energy and effort and brain power to create some good work. And so we should appreciate him by giving him his dues. So I'm not going to sing the song of Tupac and say it's my words. So that's just, and I'm not going to resell or distribute Tupac songs like for free because you just don't want to do that. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on plagiarism. So go to the subject guide, search the textbook on the web. You can buy it at Van Skyke. There's 1 copy on the Bellville campus. So fastest fingers first, off you go. Okay. Are there any more questions? These are some good questions. I like questions. I like interaction. So please do keep it coming. Any other clarifying questions? Yes, Funyanwa. Betumani.
Yes, Mr. Adams. So the other
Mm.
gentleman is completing his other subjects this year, right? And then you mentioned that he's on time to graduate. He hasn't missed anything. So I was just wondering, when is the graduation for this class? Is it next year or next of next year?
I did not say that he was graduating. I said
Yeah, you said
um,
he's on, like he didn't miss anything. He will finish on record. I think you did say that.
yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know if he is done. In fact, Junaid can clarify for us. I just said if he last year passed engineering project and this year he does all the subjects and he passes, then he will graduate. So you can technically start. I'll give Junaid a chance to answer, but you were able to start in July at some point, and so your graduation date would be in December. But this is a this is a you're well you tell me how are you registered? Are you registered as semester courses or year-long courses? Junaid, you can go ahead.
For me, it's semester courses except for the project, and duration is 2026. So I'm thinking maybe the graduation, if I do everything this year, I'll probably graduate next year. But
So
then if
Funyan,
I,
yeah.
yes,
So Funyanwa, you also finished projects last year.
no. I'm brand new on PGIT.
Okay.
This is my
Right.
first
So
everything.
yeah. So Miss Banda is correct. If you finish, because you have semester one subjects and semester two, so you will finish at the end of this year. If you finish all the modules and pass, then you will graduate in April. So we won't have a December graduate unless that person is finishing off one module only in the first semester. Like, say, for example, you go through this whole course, and I don't wish it upon you, but Joe Soap, you failed this subject, my subject. He must then come around again and repeat it in 2028, semester one, and he will then be eligible to graduate in December because he's completed every other subject.
So he
Does
will
that
not
answer your
complete
question?
he will not redo the subject in 2027, only in 2028.
Correct, because you won't be able. Oh, so next year you have 3 other subjects to register for. You won't be able to. We won't offer commercial management again next year, semester one.
Okay, I hear you.
Does that answer the question? Yeah. Unless there's enough of you, I think the cut-off number is 15, and then we can apply to run the course, 15 students, because then it's worth it for the lecturer time, because they must pay me to for my time, and then the fees must be enough to cover that cost so that then you can graduate. But let's not think of the negative. You're all going to pass really well. So we don't have to worry about that. We'll cross that bridge if we get there. Okay, Junaid says his second year. Yeah, some of you, I do recognize the name. So Azeza, there is a assessment on campus. Yes, I'm going to reiterate this. So for those of you who are out of the province, you will have to come to Cape Town, the lovely city, and see the mountain from a distance, because you'll be in the class writing the test. Between the time period 16th of March to 20th of March. So book your flights now and book your leave now. Then the second leave period will be between that you will need to book is any time from the 18th of May to the 5th of June. We will give you a closer range on those dates. We do try to give you a warning for that time, because it's a lot of you do need to fly and put in leave and study leave, etc., and make arrangements that are not overnight. So those are the time periods for your sit-down face-to-face assessments in Cape Town where you will have to see my face. The rest of the time, you can see it virtually or in a classroom if you like, once a month. And I would love to see you there. Yes, Jet to Holland. Fundo's got some good things there to say. EPT is offered every year. That's correct, Ms. Banda. I will be creating a WhatsApp group under duress. Yes, if I must. Karabo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I think there's a whole confusion with this thing of modules and whatnot, right? So I want to ask why some of them are doing their first year in this qualification, right? Same as me, but they didn't register for EPT, but I do have it. Like, why did it appear like that?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'll give some possible suggestions. The load is too much. They didn't know they must register for it. They didn't know they could register for it. Yeah, I don't know. Something else maybe. Yeah. Does anyone else want to offer a reason possibly?
So it's possible that there are also other modules that we are not going to be doing together because of maybe they are registered for year 2 modules instead of year 1.
No. EPT is offered every year. So you can't be registered for any modules for year 2 because they won't come up for you on the system. So everyone is doing, let's call it, I think this is going to be made clearer if I bring up the program guide. Give me a second. I'll need to bring up the old one, 2024. We're still working on the program guide for 2026. Okay, which is basically like an overview of everything within this module. So, and it's good to get clarity now so that we're all on the same page. And sorry, just share my screen quickly again. Entire screen. Okay, and now this one. No. Right, I'll make it a bit bigger. Okay, that's just preamble about how we thought about the course. Okay. So this is basically what it started out as. In 2024, this is how it ran. It only ran, so sorry, let me come back. Here's the subjects, there's the codes, and these are when they ran in year 1, semester 1. Now, if you come in year 2 of the cycle, it is your first year, but there's no prerequisite. So you can register for every one of the year 2 subjects without there being a clash or a delay. So if you came in, like Junaid came in and Ms. Banda, they came in last year and we were offering the year 2 part-time or the year 2 part-time subjects. So all of them that you see here: engineering project, value chain management, product lifecycle management, and asset management. Please confirm please correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. In 2022, this is how 2022 to 2024, this is how we ran it. Then there was a request by the students and some of the staff. We were seeing that engineering project was holding up graduation. So we offered it every year, whether it's in year 1 or in year 2. You can then choose to take engineering project whenever you like. Some colleagues feel it's better to take it first year and get it done with, and others felt it was meant to be in the second semester once you've got your rhythm. If you would like me to confirm and get back to you guys on whether you should be registered for it or not, please let me know, and then I can chat to Mr. Marat, who is the acting head of department now as of next week Monday. Our current HOD has stepped down or he's moved to another department. So I'll be able to chat with him and then get clarity on whether you can or should, or would you, if you would like to, are you allowed to add it, etc. So it's really designed for you to come in at any stage and complete at whatever speed you'd like. So which is going back to I think it was Mr. Fernando's comment about, is there any prerequisites and do you have to take 4 subjects or 3 subjects? Can I take 3 subjects this semester? Because I had planned, like I planned to have a life. No offense to all the people. I didn't mean that badly, but it came out maybe wrong. And so you're taking 4 subjects and you're okay with that load, but other people's appetite's a bit less, and so they want to take it over 3 subjects this semester and 2 next semester, and then next year they'll take 3 and 2. So looking at that, is there any follow-up questions, Karabo?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Yeah, for me it's workload. It would be easier to juggle in year 2. So yeah, it's literally just and you can Karabo, you can see if if by the middle of Feb you say, okay, no, this is a bit much, you are allowed to deregister it at full, like you get your full fees back. You won't get charged if you do it before the end of Feb, I think. So you can make a call knowing this new information or seeing the workload, seeing how it goes, chatting to some people, etc. I see there's another question. Do classes really end at 21:30? Yeah, I have ended one, the last time I ran the subject, but it was a hefty chapter and there was lots of engagement, and it wasn't just me talking for 3 hours. I think I would fall over and collapse. So no, I'm not going to end my classes at 9:30. That is there because we also need to have the available time if the lecturer needs it. Now, some lecturers will end after an hour and give you lots of homework. That is still a part of the credit, because then you need to take from 7:30 to 9:30, you still need to work. So then it's independent study. So you'll be working, on the said project or task. But it's not like lecturing only. We could be into breakout rooms. Yes, Mr. Is it Kamba? Am I saying it correct? He's asking if quality graduates have to do the CMT580 since we have done it. Yes, it is a credit-bearing subject for this course. We did note the repetition of content, and we have tried to remove all duplicate or unnecessary information. But this is the postgrad in engineering management. And so not everyone comes from the quality background, and it's a relevant question to ask. So Junaid Samai has done, as an example, sorry Junaid to use you, or Ms. Khamisa Kula has done industrial engineering. Now, even though he's done a subject called production, or it's called logistics and logistics engineering, you know, it's very close. There's a lot of overlap to asset management. Would my assumption in that be correct, Junaid? You can correct me if I'm wrong. So there's a lot of overlap with many subjects that Junaid and other industrial engineers have done. But we are not only catering to industrial engineers, we're not only catering to quality engineers. This qualification is broad and inclusive. So we need to cover the basics or the bases of all engineering managers. And a part of engineering managers' work is quality management, strategy, commercial management, digital industries, data analytics. Some will be stronger in data. Some come from a computer. It doesn't mean that they can skip it. If you would like to, you may ask for something called an exemption, a subject exemption. But that process is very admin heavy, and it's probably going to take you longer than it takes you to just do the subject and pass with 97%. So that's my personal opinion. It's not one that please take me to the bank or the VC with, but administration in CPUT is not our strong suit. And I say we because it's like, I'm great at admin. Hashtag just blowing my own trumpet. So I hope that clarifies things. Yes, Miss Matlocha. Or Mrs. I'm not sure.
You know, speaking about IQ, right? So what do you call this thing? I registered quality in 2023, and we had quality project, right? And then they decided to phase it out because of um those ones who decide to do postgrad in engineering management, they're going to do engineering project, of which they say that is more similar. So since I did the quality project, why am I still do I still have to register for? Why didn't they just remove it?
I don't know why they chose to remove it. I don't know who you're speaking specifically to. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm
It was
just
removed
gonna have to say
they decided to cancel it because they say that it is no use to do it when you're doing your advance, right? Because they're still gonna majority of them when they go to engineering project, they'll still repeat the same thing that they did in the quality project. I think that was their reason to phase it out.
so okay, you're talking about engineering project. You're talking about two different qualifications as if it's the same
Yes, it's two
thing.
different.
Can you
That's how it was explained. I think also is it Doctor or Prof Yan? He was the one that
yes.
was making my quality project. I think that's what he said, that because of um most students who did quality, they go for engineering management. They decided to phase it out because they kind of repeat the same thing that they did in
Okay,
that
all right.
qualification.
We're not okay, to clarify, we're not phasing out quality as a qualification, and we're not phasing out engineering management as a qualification. He phase out a subject, or
No, it was a module. It was a module that he phased out because it was repeating again when it comes to engineering management.
okay, so he as the HOD is what you're talking about, not he as the subject
Eh,
lecturer.
As the
Right.
HOD. That's how he explained to me when I was asking, because those ones that registered quality advanced diploma in quality in 2024, they didn't have quality project. But us who registered in 2023, we had it and we're the last ones to do it? Because I remember in class we were a few, I think we're like 6 or 7,
Okay,
because of
I
we
will
were
have to,
in the
yeah,
previous thing, yeah.
I will have to get more information because I don't know what happened in 2023. I wasn't teaching on this qualification, so I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, and I'm not sure what happened or what is exactly is that you're talking about. So yeah, I don't want to say anything that is wrong. Yeah, I think that's the safest thing for me to say right now. I will find out more, and I will try to get an answer that suffices the group and well, you specifically, but I think it doesn't relate to anyone else. The quality subject you'll have to take again, because this qualification can't assume that everyone has taken quality as a base qualification. Now, you are allowed to apply for an exemption in any qualification at CPUT, and I'm not stopping you from doing that. So if you feel that you would like to do that, please do that. I think I'm going to end that with a bow over there. All right. Any other questions relating to just, I'm going to call this general because yeah, these interactions are good and useful, and it gains clarity for you as well as for me. And so yeah, today was more of an introduction to each other to get things started. Thank you for filling in that questionnaire. It helps me to better serve you, which is my aim. I'll create that WhatsApp group for you guys now that I have the numbers. Or what I'll do is I'll pop join the WhatsApp group with this link thing, and then you can join it that way. Will we get homework, tasks, test prep? Of course you will get a test preparation. There's a whole week of revision, I think, that is in my plan for before the midterm, as well as for the FISA. The homework I will keep to a minimal. I will more say after a chapter, okay, look at these things for your project. So it's going to be working towards those kind of things, like a topic under risk, for example. Okay, you know, like do a root cause analysis, which is something that you all kind of already do, or do analyze these two strategies against each other and make a selection based on a matrix, a decision matrix you come up with. A thought, Godwin, and then I will get back to you. If you haven't filled out the questionnaire, please do so. I'll drop the link to that in this chat. It is on Blackboard as well. So I will be communicating there. That's the primary means of comms. That's the official communication channel as well. So technically everything over WhatsApp is unofficial, but I will duplicate what I send on announcements on Blackboard. I will duplicate that in the WhatsApp group as much as possible, as much as is feasibly possible. Copy the link, collect responses. Okay. What professional registrations can we join during or after the course? Engineering management qualification is not registered with any, or it's not linked to or affiliated to EXA, the Engineering Council, as a accreditation body. So any professional registrations will be more like professional associations, like the South African Institute of Industrial Engineers or the
IEOM, which is the Industrial Engineering and Operations Management body. So there's no professional registrations that you can do during or after the course that relates to engineering management. Now, this doesn't mean that there's not professional bodies around engineering management internationally. We just aren't affiliated with them. Okay. So there's the link. I will get to the admin tomorrow morning. So, or later tonight, hopefully, if I can get to it. Yeah, what else? What else? I think that's it. You will kick off next week with all your other lectures. And so good luck for that. I'll see you guys next week Thursday, where we will commence the content. And homework for me is to find out about 2023 quality project. Is that right? Quality project versus engineering project. And I will also find out about exemptions for IQM. Is that what it's called? IQM. Your homework is to go through the subject guide, pick up any mistakes, plan your year, plan your semester, book your leave with your loved ones and your workplace. Say, okay, I'm studying and I'm going to go to Cape Town for holiday in this time. Do you want to come with? And yeah, look at the academic year calendar as well. So those are good resources for you to just plot out your year and plan how it is that you're going to tackle this upcoming semester. So for those of you who joined or studying for the first time in a long while, good luck. For those of you finishing up, also good luck. Keep on going. You're almost there. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for listening and your time and attention. If you can, I'll try, the attendance, I'll try and figure out for next time. So thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.